welcome back to my channel. It's another reading vlog. I'm Raven, and on this reading vlog I'm reading Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare, and this will conclude the Dark Artifices, however you say it. I say artifices, I don't mean to, but this will conclude this series, and then I'm off to Chain of Gold. Yeah. I haven't filmed anything lately just because I was snotty because of all of the weather changing from like hot, cold, in between, not knowing what it's wanting to do because I'm here in North Carolina, and here in North Carolina the weather's bipolar. It just changes. We have kind of a winter, but we really don't have a winter. Like, it could be 70s one day and then drop down to the 40s and then 60s, and it's just stupid. And of course, always around this time it affects my nostrils and I get really stuffed up. I was taking Sudafed for it, and it dried me out so bad where I got migraines really bad. Not really migraine like, just really bad horrid headache because I was so dried out and like dehydrated, I guess. But even though I drink a lot of water, it just dries me out so bad that I just want to die. But anyways, right now I am folding clothes. I'm really just hanging up my uniforms, so I'm ready for that because I go back to work tomorrow. That's where I keep all my hangers for. What should I talk about? I guess that I'm on page 300 something, I assuming. I am on page 253 on this so far. And nothing, I mean, a lot has happened. It's just, there's like many storylines that's going on. Just like right now you're following Julian and Emma on their journey to Fairy to find the Black Volume for Horace Dearborn, which I'll get into that first. Following that storyline, and we're following Mark, Kieran, and Christina's storyline, which is them kind of figuring out the cells and then, you know, kind of dealing with what they're doing. And now they're going on the journey to Fairy to find Julian and Emma. And you're also following kind of Helen and Lean's story, with Helen trying to adjust to being with the kids again and with the grief of losing Livy. And you're also following Ty and Kit's storyline, where Ty is trying to bring back Livy and his grief and how Kit fits in and all that. And you're kind of also following Diana's storyline too. So there's many like storylines that you're following at this point because people are doing different things, but it's all gonna come back together in the end. So basically, since Alex's father, Robert Lightwood, he's dead, as we know, sad. Horace Dearborn, who is like he's a tyrant. He's a Dearborn. He's Zara's father, who hates downworlders, basically wants to have rule over them. A racist. Same thing. And same thing with his daughter too. She was the same thing. And he was elected the new head of the council, basically. And he's just trying his hardest to kind of get this rule over. And he actually found out that he found out about Emma and Julian's situation because Robert Lightwood was going to help him out. And then, well, he did now, so that's kind of a situation there. And since that, he's basically hanging over their heads. He basically, oh, I see right there. He two-faced them and was like, you know, if you get the Black Volume of the Dead, whatever, I will respect his wishes he was going to give to you. But really, he sends them to Fairy, and it was all a big old scam, and he ends up, you know, trying to kill him. And they found that out, and they go into Fairy to the Seelie Queen, because he actually made a copy of the Black Volume, because in the previous book, he was going to give it to the Seelie Queen to help break the bonds of all the Barotai. But you can't do that because Mortimer's broken, so, yeah. That's happened, and he was going to do that. And she ends up betraying them anyway, because she's going to go see the king and do whatever she's going to do. She's going to, because she has a son, so she has to get him back. And I guess she's going to get that back with the the Black Volume, I don't know. So that's the situation. And then Mark and Kieran and Christina end up finding that out. So now they're traveling to Ferry to go find them and help them out with that. And they're also trying to find, along the way, Jason Clary, because they did not come back and they didn't know about Robert Lightwood and something's wrong with them. So we're figuring that out too. And Ty's trying to bring back his sister Livy, which is sad because it's like, you know, that's kind of bad. You can't do that. What's he thinking? Livy's going along with that, and that's where we're going with that area. And Diana, she's basically in Alicante, kind of seeing everything that's unfolding with Horace Dearborn, and just watching that unfold. And basically Tyrannese is happening in that area, and it's just ridiculous. I think that's all that has to be said. Besides, I love how Mark and Kieran and Christina are becoming a thing. I ship it so hard. Like, I am so happy that they're kind of coming to terms with their feelings with all three of each other. Like, I love the representation that Cassandra Clare has. Like, obviously, had a little bit in the Mortal Instruments, you know, with Magnus and Malik. You know, they had a lot of that in that book, but in those books. But that's pretty much all we got from what I can recall. But in this one, we not only have Magnus and Alec and Kieran and Mark, but we also have Diana, who is a transgender woman, which I like how it was, like, I was watching, after I got done with reading Lord of Shadows, I was watching a reading vlog that Jesse the Reader did, or a review, and he says he liked how it wasn't done for a dramatic effect. It was done like as if it was her true feelings letting it out, like it was her true inner secret that she was holding in. And I actually agree with that wholeheartedly. It wasn't done, oh my gosh, she's transgender, like you knew something was up, but she didn't say it for like dramatic effect. She said it like as if you know, she's been holding this in like for a while, and she had never found anybody to open up to about it, and she did. And I like Diana and Gwen. I like how he's not, I like how his feelings are not, is that weird about how that she's transgender? He truly cares, he truly likes her as a person, you know. And when he said, it's because I love you, I was like, oh, what? Oh my gosh, like I knew it was gonna happen, like I knew, like the way he said it was just, it was so heartwarming. It was just, I loved it. But other than that, I don't have anything else to say. I have my Lord of Shadows reading vlog exporting, but it's taking like 84 years. And I don't know why it's taking 84 years for it to export. Like, I did it once last night, and it said someone couldn't do it, so I was like, okay, we'll just, you know, redo it again. And it took literally, it was like that close, because it doesn't have like a time bar, it just has like a loading screen. Like, it's weird, you don't even see how much time it has, but it took all night, and I came back, it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon to look at it. It hadn't moved anymore, so I was like, you know, I'm gonna redo it, and it's still going, it's about halfway. A little bit more than halfway, but hopefully it's gonna go this time and I can upload it and everyone can see it, or whoever wants to see it, because, you know, that's what I do. Other than that, was stuffy for a while. Didn't like that. That was annoying. And I was at work the other day, or Saturday. I was supposed to close, but then, you know, I was like, you know, I'm gonna go home early, and I did, which is nice because, you know, it's not like they didn't really need me there anyway, and I was snotting it everywhere. I have a mask on, but, you know, it's still kind of uncomfortable when, you know, you're stuffy, and, like, you know, the hot hands, like, packets that you hold in your hand. I actually was like, would step aside and we'll put them right here to, like, help break up some of the mucus, and it felt so good. Like, it was so miserable. And I'm sitting here trying to do nuggets with this other girl, Olivia. Shout out to her if she ever sees this video. Shout out to her. She, she's an angel. She really picked up some of the load that I was not picking up that day, because she knew. Like, that was, shout out to that wonderful woman for her kindness. She really, she pulled through when I wasn't. But that's just it. If it has something else concerning or something else that I'm like, oh my god, I will let you know. Y'all are like a weird crooked angle. My bad, sorry. But I'm back for right now. I have some major updates in this. So, I forgot where I left off with you, but anyways, Ty and Kit are still looking to resurrect Livy, or, you know, more or less. Ty is. Oh, there you go, it's a little bit better. Ty is looking to do it. Kit is a little bit hesitant. He's like, this don't sound right, because they talked with the Warlock. Is that most likely a good bit of the time it doesn't work out, doesn't come back right, and he's like, we should listen to the Warlock, but no, he's still wanting to do it. Okay, someone was skirting outside the door. Anyways, and also, what else happened? Okay, the law passed for downloaders to get registered. That got passed because now, the other lady who was above underneath the other guy is gone and left right now, and now Diana's caught, and you know she was threatened that by the new consul, new Inquisitor, was like, hey, I'm gonna tell you your secret. And I don't know how he knows that she's transgender, but he knows. I was like, oh no. But she ends up like fighting him back, and you know was like, no, I'm not doing that. She just wants her to stand with him, so the other lady gets out of power, so she has no power over him or whatnot. That happened, and so Christina, Mark, and Kieran end up getting captured in Ferry, and so does Julian and Emma, and they actually end up finding Jason Clary, and Christina ends up finding Kieran's brother, Oban, however you say his name, and he ends up helping them, and then basically stuff goes awry. It goes crazy down in the throne room, and long story short, Kieran kills his dad. Yeah, he kills his dad. That happens. And the other brother is king, and Annabelle takes Oban, the other brother, with her because they want to use Ash, who is the Seelie Queen's son, as a weapon to destroy all Shadowhunters, basically. And we had a big old showdown with that too. That was a big old drama, and he almost had Ash kill Kieran, which I was panicked over that because I was like, oh my god, they're gonna kill Kieran, what the heck they gonna do? And so they had a big old argument about that. They all had a big old showdown, and the king, Unseelie King, is dead, and new king is in, and they've escaped. But Julie and Emma end up going into this other world, and it's like their world, but it's in a world where Sebastian Morgenstern actually won the battle. And yeah, now Livy's there, she's alive, and she's with Cameron Ashdown or whatnot, and they're taking the regular Julian and Emma to Diana. I don't know, I think this may be the time where they find out Diana is transgender. That's what I'm thinking, because she was already going to admit it to him, but then they already left for Ferry, so I'm thinking that's what's going to happen at this point. And basically so much stuff has happened that there's so much to say, I can't even get it all, so, or else this will be like 5 hours long. I don't know what else I could say. Kieran and Mark and Christina are still having their feelings and stuff, and I don't know if they're gonna be a thing or not. So I guess we'll figure that out when we get there. And Annabelle, I think Annabelle took Ash with her too, or Annabelle took Ash with her. That's what happened. Annabelle took Ash with her, and the Seelie Queen took the other brother with her as her own little prisoner, because the king's basically taken both her kids and just discarded them. So basically that's what she did, and that is it. I don't know, it was all crazy. It was not, there's so much that you're keeping up with because you're following Ty and Kit's thing that they're doing, but you're also following Helen and her wife's storyline too, and what they're doing with the effects of having to register all these downloaders. And you're also following Diana's storyline where she's dealing with what's going on in the council and like with the clave within it. And you're also following Julian and Emma up to that point, and now, and then Kieran and Christina and Mark, which now they've merged for like a minute, and Claire and Jace, but now they're separated somewhere. So now right now you're with Julian and Emma in this world that looks like Los Angeles, but it's not. So yeah, it's all so much to keep up with. It keeps flipping back and forth. This is very, very intricate from Cassandra Clare, from what I've been reading, especially from going from like the Mortal Instruments and like Clockwork, the Infernal Devices. This was very, very intricate in that way. So that's all the updates I got. And I got some books coming tomorrow, and I'll show you that. That'll be great. So I'll pop them when those come in, or if I have something happens, or if someone dies, or whatever happens. Hey, it's me. What's up? Anyways, my books have not come in. They're arriving late. That's all I've got, and they've been in like in another area for like a couple days, and I'm like, when are you gonna come here? But I'm being patient. Been checking my emails because I get updates from when they arrive and where they at, and I haven't got anything today, so maybe they'll deliver today. Wishing. Anyways, I am on chapter 20, back through here, on 452, 453, and Queen of Air and Darkness. And they're still in Thule, and they've convinced Livy that, you know, they're real. And she told the whole story about what happened to their family. Basically, all of them died, and it's just her. And just basically how all the institutes fell, and where they're at right now. And Julian and Emma in that world sacrificed themselves to the Darkened so she could live, and they're basically figuring out everything. And like I said about Diana being transgender and then figuring that out, and they do, because Diana's like, I transitioned in this blah blah blah, and they're like, what? You transitioned? I'm like, yeah, well, if you're in the art of the world, Diana would have told you. And they're just like, oh yeah. So they figured that out. Not really, they were kind of scared to pass that, not focus on that, but that guess was real, and like, it was a good guess. And they caught up with Emma, Tessa Gray. They caught up with Tessa, and basically Jim sacrificed himself because they sealed the City of Bones where the Mortal Instruments are, and they can't get to them, so for right now. So Sebastian wants to get all of them so that he can have rule over all the Shadowhunters and blah blah blah, like always. And they're going to try and get the Mortal Instruments open so they can kill him with it, and Tessa's going to figure out a way to send them back home, and they may take Livy with them. So that'll be interesting if they do that, because she's like 17 at this point, so she's 2 years older technically than Ty, so that'll be a little weird. Maybe that'll work out. Maybe that's how they're going to get Livy back, because we haven't seen anything much from them yet. We've just been following Emma and Julian through. That is the trash man. I thought that was a UPS man. I was like, oh, maybe, but no, it was trash people. Anyway, that's all that's happened, and they're gonna figure out. They figured out that Lake Lynn, if the warlocks drink the water of Lake Lynn, it heals them, and it also helps take away the blight that's happening in their world. So maybe they'll use that and fix the world. Because basically what's happening in their world is, it's going to be, if they let it go too far, it's going to be Thule. So that is it. I am still reading. I'm going to read as much as I can today and update you whether my books come in or something tragic or whatever happens here. So bye. Okay, so stuff happens. they basically exposed the cohort for being fakey people, and everything that they've done wrong, and the battle broke out because Kieran ends up taking the throne and all that good stuff, and basically Emma got stabbed and like died in Julian's arms, and now all of a sudden they're big giant angels. They killed Horace Dearborn, snapped him, dead, and they killed another dude, and killed all the Riders on Manon, and no one knows how to get them back down to regular size, sane people. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now with that. They're big giant people now. So, Kieran is king of Unseelie Courts, and Annabelle appeared, but really wasn't Annabelle. It was a demon, so she's not really back. She's really dead. And yeah, it has a big old plan. They got all the Downworlders and Nephilim who were opposed to the cohort together and discussed, and they all basically rised up against them, and it was great. Very, very nice. But now they're big giant people, and I don't know what to think about it. Don't know what's gonna happen next. So, I don't know. And Kit tried to get to Ty, but not right. It was raising Livy, but that didn't work. Because he ended up trying to do it anyway, and then you just saw her ghost, and that was it. Very emotional, and she appears to him again, and that's just about it. So he is still getting through that. And what else is happening? Oh, Emma tried to break the paraptite bond that's in the original tablet that's on there in the Silent City. She tried to destroy it, but Julian stopped her because he's like, we need you, we need all paraptite bonds at this battlefield right now, and so that almost happened. So that was a little nerve-wracking. And and the Silent Brothers actually got in on the battle too, because they wouldn't open the gates to the battlefield where they're at, and they got up and was like, open the gates, we see as a Sword Lodge open up the gates, and they didn't, and then poof, they opened up the gates. It was great. And Silent Brothers really don't get into that kind of thing. They usually keep themselves, heal people, that's it. But they got into a little bit. I was like, ooh, that's great. And the Iron Sisters kept the secret of where the Mortal Sword came from. They said that they formed it, so no one still doesn't really know that it came from Thule, so that's kind of nice. But that is what's happening right now. I'm gonna try and finish this tonight, because I'm like, I'm gonna try and finish this tonight, and hopefully it'll be on to Chain of Gold. So if I do finish this, I will let you know and tell you what I'm thinking about it. So it's me. I am returning to you with my final thoughts of being there in darkness. I don't know how that turned out, but we tried. But anyways, like I said, or saying to you, final thoughts on this. I finished this last night, and 5 stars just because of how intricate everything was, and all the storylines, and just all the stuff that happened. And so much stuff was packed into this book. No wonder she's hefty. There was so much stuff that happened. You're following multiple storylines, but then they all merged together at the end. And it was just mind-blowing. So basically what happened at the end was that Emma and Julian figured out why the curse of the paraptite bond was so destructive, was because basically that they could turn into big angels and they could die, and yeah, and they figured out all that stuff, and it was just crazy. And with them being big angels, the giant people, they broke their paraptite bond. They burned it out of them somehow, so they're not paraptite anymore. They're actually a couple now, and Kieran, Mark, and Christina figured out a way to be together without having someone else be king in the Unseelie courts. So, and I also figured out that there's another trilogy after this soon. It hasn't come out yet, but it's gonna have, it's called, oh my god, I can't remember his place. It's just so weird. It's like the, it's the somethings, hang on. It's the Wicked Power series, and it's gonna take place 3 years after these events, because the epilogue left on a very big cliffhanger, because basically the Jays from Thule came in and was like, I want Clary, whatever. Brought back Ash, and yeah. That's how that ended. I'm like, what? Excuse me? Where'd you come from? How'd you get here? And why are you wanting Clary? And how'd you know about the other world? Excuse me? So that was very, very weird. And also the Clave, like the Shadowhunter government, split up into two. One where the cohorts is in Alicante, and the people who are against them are out in the other world, in the mundane world. And Alec is the leader of that, and yeah, and Mark is the leader of the alliance between the Downworlders and Shadowhunters. So that was kind of strange, even though he was voted in, and it was all kind of strange. Anyways, me and Mom are about to get pedicures, so I better wrap this up quickly. I'm gonna, like, you know, scoot you up here a bit. Hello. Anyways, Magnus and Alec actually got married. That whole scene was just so touching, and they got to exchange their rings, and oh my gosh, it was so sweet. I love every moment of it. And oh, and Ty is gonna go to the Skullman's, the new Skullman's. That's gonna be nice, and dang, them bees are like bumping against my window. Jeez. The new Skullman's without like the cohort in it, so they revised it, fixed it all up, so that's gonna be nice. And Ty and Kit actually is living with Jim and Tessa, and I'm gonna be with them for a while because he is actually the heir to both the Unseelie and Seelie Queen. So like he has fairy blood in him too. So they're trying to hide his identity and trying not to have him be threatened in any way. So that's what's going on with that. And with that being said, this book is 5 stars. I loved every moment of it. It was just lovely. And with that being said, with that being wrapped up, I'm going to share with you the little haul I got that I told you I was going to get earlier sometime in this vlog. Okay, I got City of Bones, a 10th anniversary edition. There's gold edges, and there's some artwork in here. Like this is Clary, and within like the pages, there's like the characters in them, and there's some drawings in here too. Oh god, come on. I did a clip of this earlier in this vlog, but I decided to leave them because I couldn't get my words straight. There's that. There's some beautiful artwork in here that I'm so glad I got. I got them from Thrift Books, which I got it was $16, so I'm very glad, because I looked on Amazon, it was like $20-something. I was like, nope, not doing that. And I also got the Lord of the Rings trilogy for 2 of them were $5.99, and the one was $66.99 off Thrift Books. So this is one's Fellowship of the Ring. I got these in this edition, and I got them used, very used, just because. 2 Towers, just because because I have a set, but they're in the storage unit, and I don't know if they're any good or not, because they've been in there for a while. So I decided to get these, and they're cheap and they're used, and I don't mind them. And there's the Return of the King. I like how it gives them some character, because these are they're all books that were written in 1950s. Well, The Hobbit, I showed you my dad's copy, right? I know I've shown you in like a haul, but this is my dad's copy of The Hobbit. This was made in 1937. Not this specific picture copy, but the book was written in 1937. And it's my dad's copy, and it's all used and worn, and I love it. But that is the haul I got from Thrift Books. That took a while, and it's so exciting when they came in. anyways, that is that. That's my book haul. I think I'm gonna do a video of all the books I've gotten over the past like 3 months, because I've gotten 2 other books. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually got 6 other books over the past 3 months, plus with these, so it's like 4. It's like 11. So I actually got a couple books over the past couple months, so I think I may do a little book haul video. We'll see if I get around to it. But this is the end of this reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed it, because I don't know if I talked a lot in it, but you know, it's something. And I finished The Dark Artifices, and now I'm finally on Chain of Gold, and I'll be starting that reading vlog as soon as I get this video together. So hope you're having a lovely morning, day, evening, night, wherever you guys are at in the world. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.